Hey everyone, happy Wednesday to you. Chelsea Rittenauer here, your host for Music Talks exclusively on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. We are at Macky Music Studios for a brand new episode with singer-songwriter Rod Wilkins. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
I'm really excited to talk to you because you just released an entire album, maybe
Yes.
like 4 or 5 days ago.
Yes, 4 or 5 days ago.
All right, so before we jump into all of that, can you give me a little bit of background on yourself and kind of how you got into music?
Yeah, I've been playing for say 35 years. Started on the drums. Started playing drums first. I played that. My brother got a drum set, so when he wasn't playing, I'd play. Put an old record on, play. And then he wanted a guitar, so I said, well, if my brother's getting a guitar, I want a guitar. So then I just started there, and then we would, I'd learn we'd get a chord book, learn a couple chords, and my brother would say, well, let's write a song. We know 2 chords. I mean, you know what I mean? Play this one 8 times, play this one 8 times.
Really? That's all you need?
Yeah. And that's where it started, and we just started writing music, playing with friends in high school bands. Writing a lot of originals, but also playing cover tunes. Mm-hmm. And it just went on from there. Then later started playing in cover bands, playing in cover bands around for the last 10 years. Country bands to blues, rock, 80s and 90s bands.
Yes!
So it started a long time ago. But then these songs started coming, so the idea to come up about recording came up, and... Mm-hmm. So.
All right, so let's just jump right into it and talk about this, what you're doing right now. What inspired you to be like, hey, I want to write my own solo album?
Well, it started at a Music Talks episode with Donnie Barney. I was down there watching the shows. I wanted to see what the show was about. I was like, oh, they're doing like local artists with originals. And Dan, the drummer, Macaulay's dad, he said, you should do this. You should write some songs. And I said, I have songs from the mid-'90s till things I'm working on now. I said, I could probably put 10 or 12 songs together now. And the very next week, we started recording, which was April 2nd, because I said I don't want to start recording on April Fool's Day. I thought that was bad. So I think we started April 2nd and came in here. And I pulled songs from the 90s I had. There's maybe 4 or 5 songs from the 90s, and that I'd written. Luckily, I had them written down. I had the lyrics. Yeah. I didn't have any of the music written down, so I had to kind of work through some of that. But it came back to those songs. Some of them I just remembered. I just knew them. I just remembered. And then I was in the middle of writing songs, and I said, I'll start finishing these up as I started recording. I started laying down tracks about 2 hours every week. I come in here, and I started putting down the different tracks. I recorded everything, so it took a while to get it all done.
So before I ask you about all the logistics and the recording and what you did, let's talk about the style. So you've played in various bands over the year. You said you've done country, rock, some pop, some punk pop, things like that. What are we going to hear on this album?
I'd say a little bit of all that. I say I'm a little bit of everything and not a lot of anything. It's pop punk, it's rock, it's... I have a country song on here, so... Do
you have a preference? I guess are you drawn more to a certain genre?
I grew up in the 80s, but I like the energy of a punk show, but I don't write just punk music. I like 80s music, I like 90s music, I like country music. I go from, I listen to... From Frank Turner to Social Distortion, bands like that. I love Johnny Cash. I still like Poison and the '80s bands. There's still '80s bands, and Dawkins, definitely love Dawkins. So it's just a mixture of all of it. And when I write a song, I don't it doesn't matter what it is. If it comes out as a country song, as a songwriter, I just whatever it is. If it's a country song, I'm going to write a country song. If it's
Where do you get your influence or your inspiration to write from, since you're writing in so many different styles?
I don't know. It just hits me. It seems like sometimes it just comes from a riff. I'll just play a riff. I write a lot on my acoustic, but there's songs. The song "Save Me From Myself" started as just a lead lick, and I built the whole song around this little lead lick. And I have a song, country songs, "Dead Bait and Warm Beer." That's a country song. As soon as you hear that name.
That is a country song.
And I thought to myself, well, if I ever have a band, a country band, I'm going to name it Dead Bait and More Beer. And 2 seconds later, I realized I'm not going to have a country band because I like playing everything.
We can write a country song.
But that's a song. That's a song title in there. So, and then there it went. And it didn't really fit everything that was on this CD, the other originals. But I just looked at this as a songwriter. I'll just put little pieces of. That's why it's called Out of My Head. Some of these songs have been in my head since 1994. And, you know, some of the older songs, the Happy song, Mr. Floppy, Don't Go, song Darling. I mean, these songs are from the 90s and just been, that's why it's called Out of My Head. I'd get these songs out of my head. Because I already started, you know, I'm already into 4 new ones that since this was recorded and done, you know, I'm still writing things, you know, things are still coming out, so.
So, does that mean there's going to be a second album in the works in the future?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
So let's talk about this whole recording process. We're here in this amazing studio, which is right in Connellsville.
Yes.
You know, people can come here, they can record their stuff. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what the process was like for you recording here?
It was great. Macaulay was great. Recording everything. Mike, I forget his last name. But anyway, Mike helped record me some nights. But it was great. I mean, I come in. I did things a little different because it was just me. I started with, I'd make a basic click track, and then I would start adding my guitar parts.
So I want to pause you for a sec because I want everyone out there to understand everything that you hear on this album, he did it. He played all the instruments. He did all of the vocals. Like it's all him, which is pretty amazing because there's not a lot of people who can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. That's really amazing. I mean, how many people can say, hey, my EP or my album, like I played everything on that?
It's a gift and it's a curse. It's good that I never mastered any one instrument, but you know, as growing up, even with the bands, you know, I'd learned to play drums, learn guitar. Then I was like, well, if we can't find a bass player, and I would just say, well, I'll play bass. You know, I'll figure it out, and that's where it went. But I would come in and record the parts, and I drive to Erie back and forth every night. So I have a good 6 hours that I can listen to music. So I would record whatever tracks I get done in about 2.5 hours. Then Macaulay would burn me off a CD, and I would listen to back and forth to Erie for about at least 5 hours every night. I just listened the whole way to Erie and the whole way back, everything I recorded. Do I need to re-record something? Do I want to change anything? So I started with guitar parts, and then I would think once I got those done, I would start listening to the song of, okay, what's the bass player? What would he do? What would the drummer do? Here's the song, where's the rhythm? Find the rhythm of the song. And then try to come in here and capture that on the bass and the drums. And sometimes it worked out. Sometimes it come in and be one take and it'd be done. Sometimes, it took 2 or 3 takes.
Would you say that each time you were in here, you finished an entire song, or how long did it take you to finish an entire song? Just one.
Just one. Well, one we did in one night. It starts off my CD. It's the story of me and you, part 1. There's a part 2, but it's just a goofy punk song. It's only 40 seconds, but I mean it was just I put acoustic guitar, another electric guitar, put a bass line down, put a drum line down. I could do it in 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Just throw a song like that out. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't matter. I'd say it would take a few days because I put at least 3 guitars on every song. There's at least 3 guitar parts. There's sometimes just an acoustic strum, and then there's 2 other guitars, and then I would also put different things layered in there. Mm-hmm. Hopefully as the song went on, make it a little bit more interesting. Do little things. But there's at least 3 guitar parts on every song, and then with the bass, the drums, and then I sang. There's not a lot of backups on this, but I did some backup, a little harmony. I consider myself, first I'm a drummer, then I figure I'm a rhythm guitar player, the lead guitar player, then a bass player, then a singer. That's the last thing I consider myself is the singer.
So did you record the vocals last?
The vocals were absolutely last, yes. Which was nice because I had the whole song in my ear, so it was nice to, I had the whole song playing in my head when I was singing. So
this sounds like
kind of gets you in the mood more when you're standing in front of the mic with the headphones on.
You can hear everything.
Yeah.
It sounds like pretty big production stuff. I mean, this isn't just a simple one guitar, one bass, a simple drum beat. I mean, you really put a lot into it. There's layers, a lot of layers.
There's layers, yes, definitely, yes.
So when you were initially writing all these songs, did you hear them like that? Or did you think, oh, this is going to be way simpler, and then it turned into this huge production?
That did happen on a few songs. You get in the studio and you have this idea, and I had the song Don't Go, which I had since the 90s, and I always thought it was more of a Hootie and the Blowfish type of song. And when we started adding parts in the studio, it was like, I don't know, it sounds like early Foo Fighters. And then so it started, songs would take their own, they would just take their own direction. And a lot of the songs that I only had certain parts to, I always say a lot of times you just gotta, once you get those parts down, you just gotta sit and close your eyes and you just listen. And the song it's there. You just gotta hear it. You gotta hear the rhythm. It's in there. You just gotta listen and hear it. And you'll hear the vocal and the melodies. They're in there. You just gotta listen to them. The song eventually will just show you what it needs, I think,
It has its own life.
Yeah, it takes its own life.
Yeah, oh, I know.
Which is scary sometimes. But but some turned into a little bit more production, because I would get in, I would record something, and I would hear something else, like on the spot, and I'd say, I'd ask Macaulay, play that back. I think I'm going to add this. I'm going to try something here, which was never there. But as, so songs came together in the studio, and I didn't really worry at that time. I had in the back of my mind of, how do I reproduce this live? And I thought, well, I don't want to limit myself in the studio. I'm just going to record what the song needs, and then, I'll figure it out live. I'll try to find enough guys to, make it come together live and pick out the important parts of songs, to play them live.
Let's talk about this whole live aspect. So once again, just to reiterate, you recorded everything here in the studio.
Yes.
But that's not really possible to do when you're out doing live shows.
Exactly.
So you have a crew with you tonight. Are those the guys that whenever we see you out doing these live shows, these are the guys that are going to be with you?
Yes, as long as they can put up with me. Yes. Dan Jones is on the drums. Got Mike Hickson playing bass, and Dennis Ricci playing guitar. There is a plan to bring in another guitar player. I know Mike's really excited about that. So we do want to bring, because like I said, there's 3 guitar parts. And I plan tonight, I'm playing the leads and the electric. I took those couple guitar parts and made them into one to play. But my idea is I want to just play the acoustic and sing for this project. Yeah. And I'd rather have the other guitar player, add another guitar player. And, but yeah, these guys, I can't thank them enough. Because basically it was, hey, can you guys come in, learn a bunch of my songs? I'm doing a TV show. There's no golden, pot at the end of the rainbow set,
I just need you to come and play for me.
Yeah, I just need you to come and play my shows. Hey, thanks, yeah. Just can you commit to me? So it just started as, just finding somebody to commit to the show, to hear, get me through the show. Because originally when we booked this, I assumed it would be me with an acoustic guitar. Yeah. And I thought, that'd be all right.
A completely different animal.
And then, writing songs, it turned into...
But that's so exciting.
Yeah, because we started practicing for a good month, and I was just playing the acoustic and singing, and I got a rhythm section. And I thought, okay, well, at least I'll have a rhythm section behind me. Yeah. Well, then one night I plugged the electric in, and I was like, well, maybe I'll start throwing all the solos. And, it's like, oh, here we go. And then Dennis was the last we got a hold of her guitar, and it was maybe within 6 weeks, I don't know, it was getting close to here, like, here's these 8 songs, go learn all my songs and all my leads, and then I realized, okay, that's a little too much to put on somebody. Yeah. So I was like, how about you play the acoustic and just, we'll get you playing the chords, but eventually, yeah. And then hopefully we add somebody on, but these guys, they've been great. And we've rehearsed one night a week, some nights twice a week, just getting ready for the show, learning the songs, so...
You may not have an answer to this question, but just hearing you talk about collaborating with them now, this was a solo project, this first album, but the second one, is it going to be another solo project where you play all the instruments and record everything yourself, or do you think there's going to be a bit more of a collaboration with the band? As far as writing and recording and things like that. You may not have an answer. I'm springing that on you.
No, that's all right. Yeah, I really don't know. Yeah.
It's so fresh.
Yeah, it was so focused just getting these, we're going to try to push off 8 songs in a half hour. And just focusing on this, and then we didn't really get much further than that.
Hey, that's fair. That is fair.
But if something, there's, I do, like I said, there's the possibilities. Yeah, if we start, we might be jamming some night, and like I said, I have songs that that are already starting to write themselves. I start bringing them into practice, and sure, if someone wants to throw a bass line down or do a drum track, sure. That's one less I don't have to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it works, yeah. However, like I said, whatever's the best for the song. When I write a song, it doesn't matter what style it is. It's just whatever's best for the song.
So before we talk about future shows and what's to come in the next months, years, the album, do you have it with you?
Yes, I have a copy.
Where'd it go?
Here
We have a
somewhere.
copy. We had a copy. We will find it momentarily. But there it is.
Yes. Oh.
So where can people go on the social media land to find this? How can we hear all these tracks?
Right now they're uploaded everywhere: Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, all the normal. Everybody has the same answer. I watch these shows, but it's everywhere. Digitally, you can buy this. It just dropped a couple days ago, like we said. But I have copies of these.
So if they type in, is it best to type in your name, Rod Wilkins, or Out of My Head? What's the fastest and easiest way for people to find it?
If you type in Rod Wilkins Music, that's my Facebook page, and I've pretty much kept everything under that, even with these songs. I Googled Rod Wilkins Music, and I came up in iTunes and things like that.
And everything is spelled as you expect it would be spelled.
Yes. Yeah, it's just RODWILKINSMUSIC. And that's the Facebook page. I have my own Facebook page, but I wanted to make a music page for any and all information. So I can right now that's the only thing I have. There's no websites. But if you do search that, you'll find this out there digitally. And if you don't, let me know. Because you should. I don't know. We plan on. I'd like to do a CD release party. We're not.
Oh, nice.
We haven't got that far yet, but.
So be on the lookout on your Facebook page for a date for a release party.
Yes.
In the near future.
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about upcoming shows.
Okay.
You've done a couple shows already. Am I correct?
We did an open mic at the venue in Manor.
Yes.
We went out and we played there.
Yes.
The full band went out. Yeah, we had a great time there.
And you have a pretty big event coming up next month.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
It's a benefit show. I know there's 7 bands. They're going to have raffles. This just kind of happened within the last couple days that this came about. But the Connellsville Elks, I believe it is. But it's for a lady having a kidney transplant, I guess, or something. Like I said, I'm still a little not on all the details yet. But I did on Rod Wilkins Music. I did share that event, so the event is on there.
Do you know the date?
What is it? The 9th? November 9th.
November 9th.
November 9th. Yeah, there's going to be 7 bands, raffle tickets. I think there's Chinese auction. There's a lot. So it should be a great day.
So
I'm pretty excited. That'll be our first official show.
That's what I wanted to ask. So that will be like your kind of debut show.
Yes.
As the full band. Hey, here's the songs that I wrote and that they're on my album, and introduction to the world.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey.
For better or for worse, here it comes. Yeah.
Do you have anything else booked after that?
No, not right now.
Well,
but we're looking to jump on different things.
They are available for hire.
We are available.
You like what you hear, you can send him a message on Facebook.
Yes. Yeah.
And you can book them for your events.
Yes. Yeah.
So what is the hope for in the future? 6 months from now, a year from now? What are you thinking?
Planning on, I'd like to open for Frank Turner at Stage AE, but until then, I'll play, anywhere, I mean, yeah, I'd love to do, love for this to take off, Hopefully enough people enjoy it. They like it. When they want more. I mean, either way, I'll still keep writing more, and no matter what the public says, but hopefully people enjoy the album, or a couple cuts. Like I said, it's a little all over the place because there's a lot of different influences. You know, I got punk songs to rock songs to a country song,
There's
like a
something for
slow
everybody.
acoustic song. Yeah, it's a little something for everybody.
I like it.
But when I write, there's no rules. I let the song come. You know, I don't say, you know, I don't try to direct it anywhere.
You let it have its own life.
Yeah,
That's what we said.
yeah,
Super important.
exactly.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
I don't think so.
All right, everybody.
That should be it.
Out of My Head is available now. 11-song album, correct?
Yes, 11 songs.
11 songs,
Yes.
Out of My Head. You can hop onto his Facebook page, Rod Wilkins Music, and you can find links to check that out. And, of course, iTunes, Spotify, all of that good stuff. The album was recorded right here at Macky Music Studios in Connellsville. So, someone out there watching, if you need something recorded, an album, an EP, a single, definitely give Macaulay Jones a call.
Yes.
Sit tight. We will be right back after the break, and we're going to hear some original music from Rod and the rest of the guys. We'll see you then.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with the pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. It's time for the music. This is singer-songwriter Rod Wilkins.
Hey. This is called the Happy Song. Did you ever hear the one about the one I love dance? I really hear about it anywhere. Did you ever hear the one about the one I want and add it up, it equals the same? 'Cause I need the one you love. 'Cause I can't live without that love. Another weekend comes and now it seems you're on the run and I sit and watch the day away. In my mind I'm going crazy about the thought of it. Talk to all the little friends that I have made. 'Cause I need the one you love. 'Cause I can't live without that love. So you never heard the one about the one you loved and still heard from her about every day. So you never heard the one about the one I love and what the hell's it matter anyway? 'Cause I need the one you love. 'Cause I can't live without that love. Another weekend comes and yeah, you're still on the run and I sit and watch my day away. In my mind I'm going crazy about the thought of it. Talk to all the little friends that I have made. 'Cause I need the one you love. 'Cause I can't live without that love. 'Cause I need the one you love. 'Cause I can't live without that love. This song's called Don't Go. Brought up in an ordinary way till her daddy moved one day. Set up to be queen, yet her life was just too strange. Did she slip away? Did she roll off track? Now she knows there's no turning back. A silent chill haunts her still. A lost paradise. see. All she knows is a life on the streets. But what a shame I'm not to blame for this lost paradise. She lives a long way from home. She lives a long way from her mama. Did she say goodbye when she said hello? No, don't go. She lives a long way from home. She lives a long way from her mama. Did she say goodbye when she said hello? No, don't go. She lives a long way. She lives a long way. She lives a long way. No, don't go. The song's called Save Me From Myself. Here it comes, that awful feeling once again. And I can't sleep and I don't feel comfortable in my own skin. Another wasted day now, countless sleepless nights. Times like these I feel that I have wasted half my life. Always smiling on the outside, so just let me be. Slowly dying on the inside. Where's the bottom of this bottle? All that's left for me. Going out of my mind again. I blame no one else. How do I save me? Save me from myself. I feel defeated before my feet even hit the floor. And I'm already done for the day, and I never made it out the door. Trying to catch myself, one last final breath. Start my day the same old way, another day I already regret. When the crossroads of tomorrow meet the crossroads of today, I look at my reflection, but it doesn't seem the same. Who is that staring back at me? Oh, I believe I'll never be free of this anxiety. Going out of my mind again. I blame no one else. How do I save me? Save me from myself. me from myself. How do I save me? Save me from myself. This song's called Mr. Floppy. Here, just rest your precious head. See you in the morning. Were the last words that you said. You said it's 3:30 in the morning. Mommy, wake up. Mr. Floppy's dead. Go back to sleep, dear. It was just a scary dream. Please don't be frightened, things are not quite as they seem. No, please don't leave me in this big bed all alone. 'Cause in the morning, I may be gone. It's 4:30 in the morning, mommy, wake up. Mr. Floppy's dead. This song's called Darling. Why did you string me along if I was so perfect for you? How could you leave me alone? No other man would do. Why did you say it would end this way? You were going back to him. Didn't you care all the times that we shared? How can I ever love again? Darling, are you lonesome tonight? Pretty darling, I let you go without a fight. I never knew when I was holding you I'd go crazy once you were gone. I never knew when you would hold me too that our love never was that strong. Won't you walk away, pretty darling? Don't you walk away, pretty darling. Now I know why you said all of the things that you said to me. And now I know why you did all of the things that you did to me. How many times did I ask you why? Are you going back with him to keep me away from the heartaches and pain? For you it's all about to begin, darling. Are you lonesome tonight, pretty darling? I let you go without a fight. Never knew when I was holding you that I'd go crazy once you were gone. I never knew when you would hold me too that our love never was that strong. Won't you walk away, pretty darling? But don't you walk away, pretty darling? Won't you walk away, pretty darling? Don't you walk away, pretty darling. This next song is called Let It Rain. Did you come here to see the show? No, I'm sorry, but I have to go. You always waited for your ship to come in, but I'll just wait here for you instead. I look at myself and say, why don't you feel the same as you did yesterday? The pain remains today. Now all that's left to me is let it rain. Some may wonder at what I stare, but I still see you sitting in the empty chair. Through a crowded room, oh, no one there. And I feel you everywhere. I look at myself and say, why don't you feel the same as you did yesterday? The pain remains today. Now all that's left of me is let it rain. Why don't I feel the same as I did yesterday? The pain remains today. Now all that's left of me, ooh, I'll just let it rain. Let it rain. I'll just let it rain.
All right, this one's called Dead Bait and Warm Beer.
I went down to the community college. Got me one of those mixology degrees. The course was called Whiskey 101, and that was good enough for me. There she stood with a pigtail hair. She had angel eyes and the devil's stare. I mustered up the courage, and these are the words I said. Well, I've got dead bait and warm beer. It sounds like a perfect date, my dear. Then we could shoot some bucks from the bed of my pickup truck. She said, dead bait and warm beer. That's the best offer I've had this year. How about we shoot them bucks from the bed of my pickup truck? Well, now we got us a couple of kids. Ain't no time for love and ain't no time for sin. Ain't been on a date in what seems to be 100 years. Oh, I whipped out my new flip phone. I was working through a break and she was sitting home alone. I muster up the courage, and these are the words I text. Well, I've got dead bait and warm beer. Sounds like a perfect date, my dear. Then we could shoot some bucks from the bed of my pickup truck. She texts dead bait and warm beer. That's the best offer I've had this year. How about we shoot them bucks from the bed of my pickup truck? Lonely, lonely, here we go around the bed, and there we went. I've got dead bait and warm beer. Sounds like a perfect date, my dear. How about we shoot some bucks from the bed of my pickup truck? She said, dead bait and warm beer. That's the best offer I've had this year. How about we shoot them bucks from the bed of my pickup truck? That's the story of a dead bait and warm beer. Ooh, Lordy.
Hey, we know one more song, so we're going to play that one. It's a song called Obstacles.
May the obstacles of life on the road ahead of you only make you swerve and never make you crash jam. But 1, 2, 3, go!
Get you down, choose you up and spit you out. You feel that you'd be better out dead. The mountains that you climb, the grows so high they touch the sky. You feel the fall is the only way out. Life, it seems, controls you by all means. You gotta fight, fight, fight for your life and write your own destiny. May the obstacles of life on the road that's ahead of you only make you swerve, never make you stop or turn. May the obstacles of
it.